Hey everybody, welcome back to Enclave. I'm Jawa Knight,
I'm Doogie Dingo.
and let's go assault a Great Wall. Just a Great Wall, though.
What makes it great? Is it the size? Is it the material? What's great about it?
Its impenetrability. Also, I just wanted to point out that the color changes on the Lich when they switch their armor, which is something no other character does in the game, and I think is a really neat touch.
It is pretty cool. Looks snazzy too.
Also, it's time for me to eat my words in a big way for the second time of this Let's Play. Because I did previously say that the Staff of Storms was totally useless, and now it's going to be all that gets me through this level.
You know, the important thing is that you're coming to terms with your wrongness.
Right? As so long as we learn and from our mistakes and grow, that's what really matters.
Science.
That's what this Let's Play is
science.
about.
It's about science. That's right.
It's about science. This Let's Play, the scientific Let's Play Enclave. Also, seriously, I don't know what weapon they have, but I really want it. I feel like this level would have been a lot easier if I could shoot, I don't know, 8 to 10 explosive arrows in a spread every second.
There's never really been a time where I didn't wish I had that power.
That's fair. So this is the Staff of Storm's slam attack. It's really, really good and will be sort of our crutch for fighting every melee fighter in this level, especially because at this point they'll be doing minimum 100 damage a swing, if not more. So
Even with the snazzy armor?
even at medium armor, they'll be doing 100-some damage. Yeah.
Man. What is your health? What is your maximum health pool like right now?
I actually don't know what the number is. I've never actually, because there's no way to see how much we have, and I don't think armor actually does. I think armor does somewhat damage reduction, but for the most part, it also, I think it just gives you a larger health pool. At least that's how it works for us.
Yeah, because I remember you said that with the enemies, depending on where you hit them and also what they're wearing, it does different damage.
There's a locational damage.
Yeah.
You know, it might be both. We might do, because I think everything works the same for them as it does for us.
At least it's consistent.
In a strange way, it's balanced almost like a multiplayer game. In most 3D action games, they don't let the enemies one-shot kill you with any ranged weapon just because they get a headshot. But Enclave has bold ideas about game balance and says, no, I think everyone should get headshots.
It's only fair.
It's only fair. So that's a lot of how I died filming this level, was people shooting me in the head. Also,
have you ever seen the show Reboot?
yes, but not for a very long time.
Well, you know how like the people in the computer, how whenever somebody would play a game, how they had to beat the player, or or they would die horribly. Maybe Starbreeze saw that show and they felt really bad for them, and so they were trying to make it balanced for them.
Yeah, maybe this is just their love letter to Reboot in secret.
That's
also
actually what it is.
God, that repeating crossbow is, specifically that enemy has killed me.
It still looks like those arrows are stuck in the staff. It's gone now, but for a second, it looked like you blocked them like a weird Jedi.
Pro tip, if you are using the Staff of the Damned, which you should probably have anyway, just because the skeleton is great, you can shoot bats through the walls and the floors, like I did there, and attack people through cover.
Did we decide that bats were the worst birds, or they were like evil birds, or how did that work?
They're like the karmic balance to birds.
So they're
birds
the
representing
yin.
all that is good, and bats representing all that is evil.
All that is bat. Like
so
puns.
as punishment for that terrible, terrible pun, we're now gonna die here in this little murder hole as they make a pincushion out of us.
Every
and
castle needs a murder hole.
And reinforce the lesson of never attack the front door. It's really not a good idea.
You keep baiting
So
me.
let's try that again.
You keep baiting me to take the low-hanging fruit on jokes there, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
You're a strong person, Dingo, and we all appreciate the effort you're putting into this.
So you've got the that was hard to say. Oh, brain, what you doing tonight? Ceremonial dagger. How come you're not using it? You're not ceremoniously cutting people.
So here's the thing about the daggers. One of the daggers in this game is really good. And by really good, I mean usable at all. And that's the poison dagger. I don't know if it's in this run or in a previous run, but I got real gutsy and I tried to go toe-to-toe with an elven archer, dagger for dagger, swing for swing. And we traded, and he took 8 and I took 35 damage. Ugh. So it's just not worth it. When I could zap them for minimum 20 with the staff, or let them run into my electric tentacled ball of doom, there is absolutely no reason I'm going to pull out the dagger.
So it's less of a dagger and more of like a ceremonial letter opener.
It's a ceremonial dagger. It's just very, very ceremonial. I carry it with me because I have a slot and a lot of money to spend, and I can't spend it on anything else.
It's vestigial. It's a vestigial dagger. It's for looks only.
It's like an officer's sword anytime past the Civil War. It's really not there to be used in any way. You just carry it to look nice.
That's fair. Except, I mean, for the Japanese military, they used it on the Pacific Islands.
Yeah, I mean, somehow I knew you were going to say that, but...
Because we're horrible weebs. Come on, man. My weeb is maximum.
That's why you're here on this Let's Play with me.
That's why I'm here, so we can spurg out about weaponry and sweet hats and birds.
It is a really nice hat.
Would you call that a crown? Is that more like a crown? 16, would you call that a crown?
God, I don't know. It's like a top hat without the rim. Is there a name for that?
It kind of reminds me of the
cap.
It kind of reminds me of the Channeler from Dark Souls, the one that has like the 6 eye holes.
Yeah, I can see that.
But you don't get the sweet dance.
No, there will be no sweet dancing. We will snipe people through the floor with bats, which feels really, really good after dying to that fucking elf.
There's no part of that sentence I didn't like.
Yes. So, here it turns out is what you're really supposed to do. We're just gonna run around the corner, and you remember how sometimes things can break?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's like the 3rd of them in the game. It's not a very commonly used mechanic.
How do they keep those torches lit right there by the moat?
They send people down to patrol.
Why? What is the purpose of that?
Just in case someone smashes through their easily smashable boards, they don't want them to be totally in the dark. They're very nice people. They are the good guys, remember?
I'm also trying to figure out what was the purpose of that little door and the channel underneath there. It's like whenever I gotta go clean the moat, so I'm gonna row out my tiny boat.
Right. It's so that the gnomes can just go and change the torches real easily.
So the gnomes have to do it?
It's all self-perpetuating. The torches are there. So it's easier for the gnomes to see their way to guide their tiny boats out to relight the torches that are there.
It's a catch Modi 2.
I don't even know what to say to that.
The derisive sniff was enough.
So up here is a great place if you're
ballistas.
Playing as the yeah. And what happens when we shoot them?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing. Super regular explosive ballista. That was me shaking in frustration. Sorry.
Maybe they
everybody.
used them all. They used all the they used the very last explosive bolt on you. You didn't know that. There's no way you could have known it, but they did. You withstood it all.
So wasteful. On one run through, I actually, by the time I got up there, that the elf who I had talked about killing me previously was just sitting in the runway. I don't know what it is. Sitting up on the ramp, and I blew her away with the ballista and felt very vindicated.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Right. That is the medium-range problem with the staff. Sometimes it bends around them.
Yeah,
Here's the other side of the death trap.
The murder hole.
Yep.
Yeah, it seems like the lightning staff of storms, the projectile is extremely narrow, and it's kind of slow firing, so it does have that sniper rifle problem.
I mean, it is the sniper rifle that the magic classes gets. It's just not nearly as good as the other sniper rifle because it shoots slower, does less damage, has a recharge rate. Oh, that looks not like a trap.
Yeah. Oh, look at all this blood on the floor. I'm sure everything is fine.
It almost got me once because by my first run through, I got here and I was so low and out of health potions, I just sprinted right for it. That thing that you can't really see on the far side of there is an elven archer who can't really shoot us because these spikes are in the way, but our strange bendy lightning seems to get through all right, so I decided to fight smarter, not harder, and just sit here and cheese them to death, really.
Nice. So I wonder how effective the Staff of Storms would be against one of those full plate mail knights. I mean, because wouldn't it technically act like a Faraday cage, where the electricity just kind of like goes around the outside?
Maybe. I'm assuming he doesn't have too much contact between the metal and his skin, so it's quite possible they'd be very safe. Unless it was sort of like it appears to be, in that you make the connection between a distant point and the staff, in which case he'd be walking into the middle of the current, which I think might hurt a lot.
Well, I mean, if it's
what would be
like
killing him there would be the heat.
Yeah, the sudden buildup of heat. So we're literally cooking these knights to death.
Yep.
That's awful.
Also, I just want to give a shout out to that one skeleton who is one of two skeletons, I think, who's ever gotten a kill for me in this level. Here we go. Yeah, see? That's not really a worthwhile trade.
But it was ceremonious.
That was my token effort. You know what? I'll try the dagger. Oh god, it sucks. Let's go back to the staff.
Can you push somebody in one of those giant open blazing fire pits? Oh, that's a trap. Yeah, there you go.
It's a great trap because that guy almost always walks through it and dies.
Very short memories.
Quick! Pull the giant swinging hammer! I have to run away first to do it. Oh my god! How did I run so far away from the enemy? I must close the distance! Oh no, the trap!
Hey, watch it. Quick, activate the trap. Alright, make sure you move out of the way. Move out of the way of what?
Yeah.
Anyway, so can you push them into the fire?
I don't know. I could try. It would take a little bit of setting up.
Oh, we just killed that guy on payday. It was payday. He had money in his pocket. That's right. Not the game. We've already said that this is in the payday universe, but
I guess it was this guy's payday too. Maybe it's payday for the whole castle.
yeah, it must be a Friday.
Man, now I feel a lot worse about running around, murdering everyone, and then stealing specifically their paychecks.
Well, it's even worse than that because, I mean, you've ruined the local economy. They were probably waiting to pay their bills and stuff until payday. And so
no, and I'm going to go spend this money back with the Dregatar.
Yeah.
I'm just taking it out of circulation.
You've ruined the economy. It's you. You're taking jobs.
Call me the recession.
You know, for the good guys, this castle sure does have a whole lot of iron spikes everywhere.
Really, I think the actual secret story is that fans of two different metal bands just made two separate countries. So we still have good guys and bad guys, but they're both really into spikes and iron.
I'm cool with that. Which one are the ones that support Guar? Because I'm with them.
That's got to be the Dragatar, right?
Yeah, I mean, look at the sorceress.
Exactly. I was gonna say, look at the sorceress.
That's a Guar fan if I've ever seen one.
Oh, I also was wrong because there's this. We just found yet another minigame.
Lex.
So,
Wasn't that the name of that show on Sci-Fi, the weird one?
that was Lex with two X's. This is Lex with one
E.
X and an E on the end. Also, I hate ladders. So what happens is on a ladder, forward climbs up, and once you're at the top, you auto jump off. So if you walk forward and are still holding forward to try and fall onto the ladder, and you hit at the top, you jump off, possibly to your death.
Nice.
So that was me having a small heart attack there.
I kind of like how it looked like you were using the hook on your scythe. It's like to hang on to a rung of the ladder. That was good.
God, I wish that was something I could do. Also, just take a look at what that swing did. That was 147 from that hammer. He is wielding the highest level hammer in the game.
It's all purple and glowy.
It's the hammer of the sky. Its burst attack, that's what I'm calling the final hit of the combo that makes the explosion.
Yeah.
Literally brings beams of light down from the sky to kill you.
Oh,
it's quite powerful.
They're paladins.
I mean, maybe? They just have a wicked sweet hammer. It doesn't... The religiosity of paladins has nothing to do with it.
It's coming from the sky, though, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't... I mean, maybe they're paladins of Zeus. Or Thor.
Yeah? Which one uses hammers? Is that paladins or clerics? Clerics use maces, right?
It depends on what you're talking about. In Dungeons and Dragons, clerics tend to use a morning star or a mace because they can only use simple weapons, not martial. And paladins would wield a sword of some sort because they have martial weapon proficiencies.
That's fair.
Also, the morning star is great because it does 2 types of damage that allow you to hurt skeletons zombies, I believe.
Crushing?
Crushing and piercing.
Yeah, they do both crushing and piercing.
Because skeletons are immune to everything but crushing. Or have DR against everything but crushing.
Right. But how would they fare in the jelly dungeon?
Really poorly. Wait, clerics?
No,
clerics are fine.
Yeah, skeletons. How would skeletons do in the jelly dungeon?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
I mean, apart from the dissolve attacks, there are a lot of slime attacks that attack constitutions. Oh, here's a fun guy. He just backs up towards you every time until you attack him.
It's Michael Jackson. He's moonwalking.
Oh, in that case, I'm sorry to all Michael Jackson fans, because I'm going to kill Michael Jackson again.
Well, it makes sense. We're talking about zombies and skeletons and stuff, so.
Yes, it all fits in.
And it comes right back around. Oh, yeah.
It's like we planned this. Except we don't plan anything.
That's entirely accurate. I kind of wish you could use your powers to light those lanterns or to snuff them out. I think that would be kind of neat.
I would love to see a modern redo of this with some more fleshed out mechanics in terms of powers and stuff.
For the queen.
Oh god, this guy.
Quick, use the dagger. I say like this isn't pre-recorded.
Right.
You know he's a jerk because he's got wings on his head.
That's how you know all of them are jerks, because all of the elves have wings on their heads.
One thing I don't really like is whenever they jump, there's no wind up. They don't bend their knees or squat or anything. Like there's no indication that they're about to jump. They just float. Just bob straight up in the air.
Sort of bunny hoppy. It's very Quake 3 to my mind. Oh yeah, so this is where I started basically trying to play Gears of War with him, because...
This is a cover shooter.
Fun fact, that guy is the other run ender I encountered. I had a fight with him, and the knight I had just killed. And I had backed up to the far corner, and just an arrow randomly flew across the map and into my skull, and that was it. Restart the goddamn mission.
Again, it was just it was the characters from Reboot, man. Hey, sky lasers.
Yeah, see what I mean? That hammer is terrifying. Okay, basically everything in this level is terrifying because it's a long level, and as I previously stated, Enclave doesn't believe in checkpoints.
Why did they keep the wooden key next to the big open forges?
Because gnomes are idiots. That's why they routinely throw bombs at their friends and or themselves. And that's why they're using fire bombs in this half-wooden castle.
Yeah. It's green wood, maybe? It's well sapped?
Yeah, very, very well sapped. Probably fairly old. I think some of that's got to be sun discoloration.
Maybe. I like the little wishing fountain right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice looking castle.
The layout is odd. It's a very strange layout.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. It might make more sense if we had access to the other parts.
Yeah, I haven't really seen a whole lot of like bedrooms or living quarters or anything like that.
I'm just going to assume that every place we can't get into because there isn't really a door there gameplay-wise is just full of bedrooms.
That's where all the bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens. Yeah, the necessary things for everyday life, and our characters are just really polite and they don't want to intrude on people's private spaces.
Right, I'm here to murder Eric and kill all his soldiers. I'm not here to fight the cooks. I'm not a monster. I mean, technically, I guess I kind of am literally a monster. I am a lich. A horrible abomination of undeath, but that doesn't mean I can't be civilized.
I wonder if your phylactery's in your hat.
That seems like a really poor place to keep my phylactery. Oh, God.
Ah, my phylactery.
Clearly our phylactery is in our feet.
Ugh.
Or maybe here's the thing. Maybe we really fucked up and we made our phylactery our weak and fragile body, which is why every amount of damage hurts us.
Well, at least it's not... When you really get down to it, isn't that like every normal person? Isn't your body also your phylactery?
Yeah, but not everyone is actually a lich.
We're liches in waiting.
Really, if you think about it, aren't we all just liches? With every part of our body being our phylactery?
It's true. I mean, if you really get down to it.
Deep thoughts.
At least it's better than Voldemort making a stinking snake in his phylactery. That was so dumb.
Yeah, living phylactery, kind of a bad idea. See also Harry Potter.
Well, that was an unintentional one. Like, I gotta give him that one. That one was unintentional. Like, he didn't mean for that to happen.
Well, I'm not blaming him for that. I'm just saying, for future reference, living phylacteries are a bad idea.
I mean,
we all know what you really do is you take like a marble, you make it your phylactery, and then you use the spell sequester, and then use the spell to hide. Oh no, use the spell that traps it in the middle of the earth. Oh, by the way, here's the boss.
Wouldn't the
It's the main character with red hair, or it's the knight but with red hair.
Nice. Wouldn't the heat and the pressure like destroy anything in the center of the earth?
It's not like literally in the center of the earth. It's stored there locationally, but it's not subject to the forces.
Oh.
I can't remember. It's a specific spell, and it's also one of the effects of the deck of many things. You get trapped in the center of the earth, and the only way to undo it is to cast the opposite spell from the exact place the first spell was cast. So what you do is you do that to hide your object, then you cast Sequester on the spot so no one can find it even with a wish, and then you never die ever. Hey, so it turns out we're 15 gold down.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember where the gold was, Dingo?
Was it the stuff that was under the bridge?
It sure was.
Oh,
Wish
man.
I'd realized it that fast.
I kind of felt like I remembered us not going for the moat gold, but then I thought I was crazy because my brain's not braining good tonight.
No, you were totally correct. I was, in fact, the one going crazy when I recorded this, because this was like the 4th or 5th run in a row.
I really like the Lich's leisurely jog. Like, it's concerned, but it's not overly concerned. It's more of annoying.
She's getting to where she's gonna go, but there's no rush.
It's not like she's gonna die.
Right. She's already dead, sort of. So yeah, in the meantime, let's take a look at the level design. Since since
I like the trees.
I made a goof. Again, I feel like part of this has sort of the circular flow of a classic Quake multiplayer map. I could see hiding weapons in the corners and having the main battle take place between the high and the low of outside there.
Yeah. Maybe like an old Wolfenstein map. I'm getting some Wolfenstein vibes.
Yeah, or for sure.
I thought you raised that gate.
No, I raised another gate.
Oh. So many gates. Bill, what have you
This
done?
place is full of gates. Damn you. Damn you and your gates.
So...
Also, strangely though, lots of gates, not a lot of windows.
A lot of open flames. So how come in our travels we never got to crucify a druid?
You know, I'm kind of disappointed that we haven't.
Is that a thing you ever thought you'd say in your life?
You know, I'm really disappointed we never got to crucify that druid. No, I never considered saying that before, but I
wouldn't
I
recommend
don't
putting that on
regret
your
it.
resume.
It makes sense, right? Given all we've been through, I'm totally behind the sentiment. We really should have crucified a druid by now.
That goes on the bucket list.
Right. Maybe somewhere out there a druid has already been crucified and killed. We did literally shoot our two main characters, our first two characters in the head previously, so.
I like how even whenever the lich is above her head in water, still no rush.
Right. Well, I don't know that you can really drown in this game.
Yeah, but she's gonna get all musty and mildewy.
She doesn't have a nose.
No, but I'm talking about the
Actually,
clothes.
I mean, they've already got holes in them. They're kind of ragged anyway. You figure, like, she keeps them around because they're old and really, really nice, and that there's no one left alive who can properly repair them, so.
Maybe they have sentimental value. Do liches have sentimental value?
Sure, I mean, they've ripped their souls out of their bodies and become abominations, but that doesn't mean they don't
Have
aren't
feelings.
nostalgic. Right, they don't have feelings, like all of us.
They're just like all of us. They rip their soul out one leg at a time.
Speaking of sentimental, I want to take my skeleton buddy with me this time.
He deserved it. He got a kill.
But apparently he can't be summoned so close to the portal. Let's try that again. No. Okay, one more time, even further back. Sorry, this almost never happens.
Your lich got performance anxiety.
Yeah, I guess. Apparently it can happen to girls too. Who knew?
So, what is Lexi? Lex?
Lex is a survival mission, and I think it'll be like Forbidden Atgard, so it'll just be one close quarters brawl fighting waves and waves of enemies.
Nice.
As opposed to the hunting them down of the second one.
The Mines of Ungard.
Ungard. I feel like that is just a total misnomer. I'm fairly certain those mines will be very well guarded by the time we get there.
Oh, that was painful.
I had to get one too.
I know. It's only fair. Ungard sounds like we need a character with a rapier.
If only.
All right.
Take us home, Dingo.
Oh man, we're not doing the 420 thing anymore, are we? And we just finished the
No.
wall. Never put your phylactery in a snake.
And never go in the front door.
Always. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going for the low.
Always go in the back door. There, I said it.
The end.